Hi everyone, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing another layout for the Confessions of a Paper Addict cut files design team, and I'm going to be using this beautiful new cut file that was just released today, and it is called The Leaves Are Falling. So it is a beautiful border cut file with these stripes and leaves kind of like they're falling down along the strips of paper. I think it's really cool. I haven't seen anything quite like this, so as soon as I saw it I was really attracted to using this cut file. So I am jumping right in with a homemade kit I put together with a bunch of stuff that I got in a grab bag from the Hip Kit Club. So I'm going ahead and using some of the pattern papers to back the leaves in the cut file, and I'm just going to use a variety of minty greens and teals to back the leaves. And I have just used the trace and cut method, as you can see me do there, and then I'm going to glue them on with a bit of tacky glue and pop on right there, and we will skip to in a minute. Now I'm just pulling out this paper to use my background. So like I said, I did make this kit myself out of just a bunch of grab bag stuff. So it is all different collections and designers. So I'm not sure exactly where everything is from. I do think that one might be a Pink Fresh paper, but I could be totally wrong. So it's just a pale pink with some white polka dots all over the background. And I'm just going to go ahead and glue that cut file straight onto the background paper, just using again a bit of tacky glue, and I'm just gluing down those strips carefully because I want to come in with a bit of hand stitching in a minute. So there we go. I just did it one stripe at a time. It just made it a little bit easier rather than adding glue onto the whole thing. It's a little bit unwieldy. So I'm using these two photos. They're right around 3x4 size, I want to say, and they're of me and two of my very best girlfriends on a day out at a market day. So even though it looks like a bright sunny day, it was nice and bright, and I have a singlet top on in the photos, it was actually in wintertime. So I thought this cut file was appropriate, but I'm keeping the colors light and bright because it was a bright sunny day. So I've just gone ahead with my little paper piercing mat and my sewing awl and pierced some holes all the way down the like stripes, the white stripes. And I didn't pierce through the leaves. I literally just want to hand stitch along those stripes. So I have pulled out some embroidery thread in kind of like a dusty pink color, and I've split that in half so I have 3 strands. And I'm going to just do a very simple back stitch straight down these lines, but I'm going to incorporate some sequins. So I pulled out some sequin mixes there. One is A Walk in the Park by Spiegelmom Scraps. The other one, that's just plain gold sequins there. And then I have a little tub from, I think, Planners Anonymous. So I'm just going through and threading on sequins randomly onto my stitches. And I mainly just use some gold ones, I use some of the wood grain ones out of the Walk in the Park pack, and some of the there's glittery green ones in there that are really pretty. And I think I also use a couple of smaller bronze ones and some teeny tiny green ones that are in that Planners Anonymous set. So I'm just going through and I'm trying to make sure that they're not evenly spaced. I want them to kind of look quite random. So this is just going to speed through very quickly. There we go, that is all finished. So it just kind of looks like the sequins are falling down along with the leaves. I really love how this turned out. Yeah, as soon as I saw it, I thought stitching in sequins, and it turned out just as I had hoped, so I'm really pleased with that. I'm just going in here with some white paper and adding a thin border to both of my photos. There we go. So we've got some fairy floss, which I think you call cotton candy in the States. And yeah, we're pulling some silly faces there. So I am just going through now and going through some of the journal cards that I think they came in one of the pocket kits, but I just popped it in with this kit that I made because they matched really nicely. And I'm just choosing some of the different patterns and colors. I really like this one because it has the place and the date at the top. So I'm just cutting out the part you can't see just because I really like those colors and patterns. So I want to be able to use them again. And you won't see that part. So I like to save things where I can. And this paper is actually from One Canoe 2 Twilight, the paper pad. So I'm just going to bring some of that in to mat this photo just all the way around there. And then I will go through and distress all my edges, of course. I'm just using my fussy cutting scissors because I still don't have an edge distresser. I will sort that out one of these days. Right, so I did mark where my photos were going to go so that I didn't do the hand stitching and sequins in that section because there was no point in wasting the time and the supplies. Hand stitching is very labour intensive and does take a lot of time and effort. So there's really, if you can avoid stitching where it's going to be hidden, then that's a big time saver. So I've just added in that cream and wood grain stripe just for another layer. I do apologise, it's quite late at night and I can't seem to speak properly right now. So I'm pulling in these stickers. They're just a nice black and white uppercase bold sticker, and I've just spelled out sweet. And I just wasn't loving the white because on top of the cut file there, which I've cut in white cardstock, it was just a bit difficult for me to read. So I'm just coming in now with just some normal felt tip pens and using a mixture of different pinks and oranges to get that kind of deep coral color that I'm really going for. I just wanted pretty much the same color as the background paper, but I just wanted a deeper tone. And then I'm going to spell out the rest of my title with these little puffies, and my title is just going to be Sweet Treats because we have the fairy floss there. I love this stuff. It's so bad. It's just pure sugar, but yeah, you know, it's a bit of fun. So I'm just writing out the time and the date. I did mess up. No, not the time. The location and the date. I messed up the location a bit. I didn't leave myself enough room, so it's a bit dodgy. I'll probably have to redo that at some point. It is annoying me, but what can you do? I've just left it for now. So now I'm just sorting through this ephemera pack. This is a Hip Kit Club exclusive ephemera pack that I think came with that Pocket Life kit that I incorporated into this homemade kit. So I am just going through, there's lots of kind of autumnal bits and pieces, lots of leaves, which I really appreciate. I like that little pumpkin. I do get it on the page, but not there. I really love that little circular piece because it says happiness is when we are all together, I'm pretty sure. And especially now, when this photo was taken, I worked with these two ladies and we saw each other a lot. Nowadays, we don't see each other very much, but we still keep, you know, really close in contact and chat all the time. So I really miss them, but you know, that's life, I suppose. So I have added one of those layered stickers that was from Jen Hadfield, the little tag that says thinking of you. They're really dimensional. There's like 3 layers of pop dots on that, so I do end up actually pulling one off and repositioning so there's not so many layers of foam. They're just a bit 2-dimensional. They're really pretty, but they're, yeah, take up a lot of real estate vertically. So still just playing with those die cuts. I'm just trying to build some attractive looking clusters around my 2 photos there. I'm just going to pop this little banner up on some foam as well because I have that 1 dimensional tag and that's it really. So I just want to, yeah, balance that out a little bit. And now I'm just going to go through and add some glue to my bits and pieces. Just added some little leaves in around the place. So mostly just used leaves and a couple of florals and a couple of little phrase embellishments. So pop that little pumpkin in there. I did actually put some foam behind him as well, the little pumpkin. I'm also adding some glue to my thickers because they are not sticky at all. And yep, so there, I'm just repositioning one of those pop dots. Now I'm going to add some enamel dots. These are the Pink Fresh Studio ones. I think it's the Case of the Blars pack, and I'm just going to use a peach, a mint, and a lighter blush pink, and just doing 3 groups of 3 of those around my clusters. And then the last thing I will do is come in with some splatters, and I'm just going to use my trusty old Colourcraft Gold Mist, and I will also bring in a Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Coral just to echo some of that peachy coral colour that I've got going on in my layout. And that is everything. So thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to check out the Confessions of a Paper Addict Cut Files Etsy shop and Facebook group. The links are in the description box. Close-ups are coming up, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.